Hello guys, am I audible? If yes, you guys can put it up in the chat. If no, then yes, you can put that in the live chat as well. So we'll wait for a few minutes before we start. Hello guys. So how are you all doing? You guys can reply in the live chat. We'll be starting in a few more minutes. So, hello guys, I'm Lasya and I'm from DFIR team of Team BIOS. Now today I'll be taking a session on digital forensics. So, okay, now let's start with the introduction of what DFIR actually is. So DFIR stands for Digital Forensics and Incident Response. So I know it has a lot of complicated terms and all of that. But okay, let's put it in a very simple way. So imagine there's someone who's hacked into a school computer or into a company's organization. So we need experts who can actually figure out what happened, how it happened, and how to stop it from happening again, right? So DFIR exactly does this. So DFIR, it basically is the process of collecting digital forensic evidence and also hunting for suspicious activities. So there are two main divisions in digital forensics. First is being digital forensics itself, where it collects and analyzes digital evidence to identify who attacked, what they did, and what data was accessed. The next is incident response. So the main goal of incident response is to stop the attack, protect systems, and also recover data. So now we'll be looking into what is digital evidence. So So basically, in very simple terms, it is the information that is stored or found on a digital device, and it can be used to show what happened during a crime or a cyber attack. It is basically like the fingerprints of the digital world. So here the information, it is either stored or transmitted or collected in digital devices or media like computers, mobiles, etc. So now we'll be looking into the importance and applications. So the first one is cybersecurity incident response. So here, DFIR enables organizations to quickly identify, isolate, and mitigate security breaches, minimizing operational disruptions. So the second one being criminal investigations. Here we collect and preserve digital evidence in a legally acceptable manner to support internal investigations and also other legal proceedings. The next one is corporate data breaches. So here we help organizations understand the attack techniques and weaknesses to improve further security operations and also reduce overall cybersecurity risk. And the last one being threat hunting. And DFIR is used to search for indicators of compromise and investigate potential security incidents. So next we look into a major part of DFIR, which is steganography. So, so in general terms, steganography is the art of hiding secret information inside something that looks normal. So how does this actually work? So digital files like video, images, or audios, and even text files, they contain a lot of tiny data. So what steganography actually does is, it will slightly change this data in such a way that the humans cannot detect it, but then the computers can detect it when used the right tools. Okay, so any of you have any doubts, you can ask it in the live chat. So if you guys have any doubts till now, you can put it in the live chat. We'll also be having another doubt clearance session at the end of the session. Okay, so I'm assuming it's a no, so we'll be continuing now. So at Shivanya, do you have any doubt? So is my audio clear now? Is my audio clear now? Okay, try increasing the volume from your side, Shivanya. Okay, then we'll be continuing now. So, since I think you all understood what steganography is, we'll be looking at the applications of steganography. The first one is secure communication. So, it is mainly used to sense secret information by putting it inside images, audio, video files so that no one can notice it. The next one is digital watermarking. So here it is applied to embed ownership or copyright marks in different files like images, videos, or music to prevent unauthorized copying or misuse. So next one is authentication. So here hidden data can actually verify if a file has been modified or not. So if the file has been modified, then obviously the hidden data will also be tampered. So then the secret information becomes corrupted, which indicates a signs of manipulation. So next is intellectual property protection. Here, creators embed hidden signatures in their work to prove originality or ownership. Okay, so now we'll be looking into the types of steganography. So the first one is image steganography, and like the name said, we will be hiding messages in images. Next is text steganography, where the messages are hidden in text files, and an audio steganography, the messages are concealed in audio files. Video steganography, messages masked in videos, and network steganography, where hidden communication techniques are used. So now we'll be looking into the different tools that are used in steganography. At the end of this PPT, we'll be having a live demo session where I'll be showing you how to use each tool. So first, let's look into white space steganography. So what do you guys think white space actually is? Just put it in the live chat, guys. Okay, so I'm assuming that you guys have no idea about white space. So white space is basically the spaces and the tabs that are present at the end of lines. So what Stexno actually does is it conceals the data inside text files by manipulating the spaces and the tabs. So here is the installation command that can be used to install Stexno in Linux or WSL, which is sudo apt install Stexno, and we'll be looking into the usage. If you want to encrypt any message into any text file, you can use Stexno tag C tag M, the message you want to put in, tag P, the password that you want to use to put it in the file, and original.txt, hidden.txt. Here -c is the compression, which basically means it will compress the message that you're trying to hide before hiding it. So the whole purpose of this tag C is to make the extraction harder and create more space so that more messages can be inserted in. Next is tag M, which means the message you want to embed, and tag P, which is the password that can be used to view the file. So now we'll be moving on to screening tools. The first one is EXIF tool. So, okay, before going on to EXIF tool, does anyone know about metadata? If you guys have any idea or if you guys know what it is, then just put it in the live chat. Okay, so I'm assuming that you guys do not know. But anyways, so metadata is basically data about data. So it sounds different, right? So in general terms, uh, it stores the background information about files that describe about the file itself. So Jaya Veshikin, yes, it is kind of used to store the author details as well, but it's not exactly that. So suppose, let's say for example, if you have a file, so metadata about that file is basically when it was created, when is the day of creation, time of creation, who is the author, and other details like that. So you guys might be thinking how EXIF tool is related to it, but here EXIF tool is used to read the metadata from the files. So now we'll be looking at the installation, which is sudo apt install exif tool, and the usage is pretty simple. You can just do exif tool and the file name. So first, if you want to remove the metadata, you can just do exif tool tag all equals file name. So here tag all means you're removing all the metadata about that particular file. I, do you guys have any doubts until now? You can put it in the chat. Okay, I think that's a no, so let's move on. So we'll be looking into binwork. So what binwork does is, it's basically used for searching embedded files and executable codes inside another file. So let's say for example, can you, sorry, let's say for example, you have a, a .txt file, which is a text file. So when you use binwork, it will basically go through the entire text file and then it will look for any other files that are actually present within it. So if yes, then you can extract that file, or if not, you'll just be able to view your text file as such. So here you can install it using sudo apt install binwork, or you can install it through Python, which is Python 3 tagm pip install, and the link for binwork here. So how do you actually use binwork is, you just have to do binwork tag e file name. So tag e is specifically used for extracting all the other files that are present inside one file. Okay, Shivanya, what do you want me to explain deeply? Okay, so now we'll be moving on to the next tool, which is StegHide. So here, StegHide is used for hiding and extracting data inside image and audio files. But in StegHide, it is supported for only specific file types like JPG, BMP, WAV, and WAV file. So WAV is basically a type of audio file. So so installation is done using sudo apt install steghide. And now how do you use it? So if you want to embed anything inside any file, you can use steghide embed tag cf target file tag ef secret file. So tag cf is a cover file. So it basically is a file you in which you want to hide the data. And tag ef is an embed file. That is a secret file that you want to hide inside the cover file. So now, for extracting it, you can use steghide extract tag sf steg of the file name basically. So tag sf is a stego file. So that is the file that contains the hidden data. Shivanya, previous topic as in which one? Is it exif tool? Or stacks now? Exif tool. Okay, sure. So here EXIF tool, it will just basically go through the metadata that is present for any file. So I think you do not understand what metadata is. So I'll explain again. So it is basically the background information about a file. Let's say for example, you have a image. So what comes under metadata for that image is the date of creation, the time of creation, the author, what compression method it uses, and etc. So right now, if you're not able to understand, just wait till the end because there's a demo session where I'll be showing you how each tool is used. Maybe then you'll understand it. So is it okay that way? Okay, we'll be moving on to the next tool, which is ZBar image. So this is a very interesting tool. I mean, I personally like it very much. So this tool is basically used for scanning and reading barcodes and QR codes from image files. So the installation method is sudo apt get install ZBar tools, or you can also install ZBar cam to scan QR code by the webcam, which is sudo apt get install ZBar cam. So how do you use it? So ZBar image file name is a command that is used to use this tool. So we'll be moving on to the next tool, which is Stexol. So Stexol is used to analyze images through different color planes and filters. So in any image, there are different color planes like red, green, blue, alpha, and etc. So how do you install it? Using this command, which is wget, and the link for stexalt, tago stexalt.jar. And now we'll be looking at the usage, where you can just type in java tag jar stexalt.jar. Okay, so we'll be moving on to another tool, which is Stegoveritas. So Stegoveritas is basically a Python-based tool that provides various information about the Stego file. So how do you install it? You can use sudo pip3 install Stegoveritas and sudo Stegoveritas underscore install underscore deps. So for the usage, you can just do Stegoveritas file name. So we'll be moving on to the next tool, LSP detection. So what is LSP? Do you guys have any idea? You can put it in the chat. Okay, Shivanya, Stego file is basically the challenge file that you've been given. Okay, so LSB is basically least significant bit. So it is the lowest bit in a series of numbers in binary, and it is located at the far right in a string. So this is the very basic explanation of LSB. But when it comes to steganography, LSB detection is a technique that hides information inside the LSB of an image's pixel. So again, what is a pixel? So each image is made up of pixels, and each pixel is made up of RGBA values, where R is red, G is green, B is blue, and A is alpha. So alpha determines how transparent an image can be. So in JSTEG, we use JSTEG to conceal data in the LSB of any JPG image. So these are the commands that can be used for installation. Okay. And for usage, you can just do JSTEG reveal file name. So we'll be moving on to the next tool, which is ZSTEG. So ZSTEG is very similar to JSTEG, but it is used for BMP and PNG files. So ZSTEG is basically used to conceal data in the LSB of a PNG and BMP images. So the only difference between JSTEG and ZSTEG is that JSTEG is used for JPG images, and ZSTEG is used for PNG and BMP images. So now coming to installation part, it is sudo apt install ruby and sudo gem install ZSTEG. Now for usage, you can do ZSTEG file name, and you can also do ZSTEG tag a file name. So tag a means all. So it performs a full scan to find the hidden data using all the detection options that are present. So now we'll be moving on to audio steganography. So in audio steganography, there are different tools like Audacity, Deep Sound, Sonic Visualizer, etc. So we'll be going through them. The first one is Audacity. So Audacity is basically an open source audio editor and also a recording application. So you can install it from the Audacity website. So it is basically application, a desktop application. So you can just open it and upload your audio file, and then you can start working on it. So next is Sonic Visualizer. It is similar to Audacity, but it is a software for viewing and analyzing the contents of audio files. So again, you can install it from the official website. And since it's also a desktop application, you can just open it and upload your file into it. And next is Deep Sound. So in Deep Sound, an audio file can be used to conceal any other media file like a picture or a video. So and those kind of files can be analyzed using Deep Sound. So again, you can install it using Deep Sound. So next we'll be looking into the password cracking tools. So the first one is fcrackzip. So it is basically a tool which is used for cracking the passwords of zip files. So here there are two methods of cracking the password. You can either do it by brute force or dictionary attack. So dictionary attack is where you have a word list like rocky.txt or John the Ripper, and those text files contain all the possible passwords. So for installation, you can do sudo apt install fcrackzip, and the word list is rocky.txt. And when it comes to usage, you can use fcrackzip, tag v, tag b, tag u, filename.zip. So tag v is basically verbose. It shows a detailed output, and tag u is for unzipping the file, and tag d is for a dictionary attack, and it uses a word list to guess the passwords instead of brute forcing, and tag p is the path name for the word list. Next, we'll be looking at PDF crack. So PDF crack is similar to fcrackzip, but here it is used to find the passwords of encrypted PDFs by using brute force or word list, which is a dictionary attack. So you can install it using sudo apt-get install PDF crack, and for using it, you can use PDF crack, tag f, file name, tag w, location of the word list file, where tag f is the file name and tag w is a path of the word list file. So thank you. This is the end of the PPT. Now we'll be having a live demo on the usage of these tools. So do you guys have any doubts until now? Just put it in the live chat. Okay, since you guys don't have any doubts, we'll be going further into the live demo. first, so since I'm using a Mac, this is my command line, which is basically my terminal. So you guys can install Linux or WSL on your Windows system, and then you can start using these tools to solve the challenges. So first, let's start off with EXIF tool. Okay, so when we use EXIF tool, and this is the file name, which is flag.png. This is basically the metadata of the flag.png. Here you can see the file name, the size of the file, the date and time of the modification, and when it was last accessed, and the file permissions, and what is the file type, and the dimensions of the image. So here you can see a comment which says flag. So now this is the flag. So now let's go with another file, which is so here you can see the version number of the tool, the file name, the size, the modification date and time, the last access date and time, the file permissions that are present, and what kind of file it is, that is the extension. And here you can see the flag, which is flag good job. So I hope, Shivanya, you have understood EXIF tool from this demo. If you have, just put it in the chat. Okay, now we'll be moving on to the next tool, which is binwalk. Okay, so you can just do so here you have two mp3 dot files. So you can just do binwalk taggy, which is for extracting file name. So here you can see it is an mp3 file, but here it says extraction of JPG data at this offset. So now when we open this, you'll find a folder which says extractions, and here you'll find the flag. Just flag never gonna give you up. So now let's look at another example where you do binwalk taggy. Yeah, you can. This again is an MP3 file, but here when you use binwalk taggy, it has extracted a GIF file. So now when you open extractions here, you'll find a GIF file that says flag. What does the fox say? Any doubts until now? Okay, I think that's enough. So we'll be moving on. So do you guys have any doubts in general related to installation of these tools or anything else other than that? Or about InCTF Junior? Also, the installation commands for all of these tools can be found in BIOS Wiki. So you guys can refer from that and install them. So you guys can just open a new tab in Chrome and search for BIOS Wiki, and the first website that you get there is the one. Okay, I don't think you guys have any doubts in general also. So now we'll be moving on to StackSolve. So for solving StackSolve, so you can open your file here. So here it just looks like a normal image, but when you go through the different planes that are present, here in the gray bits you can say that you can see that you found the flag. So now when you open another file, this looks like a normal image, but here you can see a flag, but then it's not visible properly. So now when you put it in StackSolve and go through different planes, you can find the flag here in the full red plane. So flag is here. So I hope you guys have understood StackSolve. Now we'll be moving on to zbar image. So the command to use zbar image tool is zbar image file name. So here's the flag. Let's look into another challenge file. So zbar image, zbar. So yes, here is the flag again. So I hope you guys have understood how to use zbar image. So now we'll be looking into another tool, which is PDF crack. So PDF crack. So 1 minute. I mean, if you use those commands that are present, then you can. If you use those commands, then Java will be automatically installed for you. Jaya Vashakan, I hope I've answered your question. Okay, so now we'll be moving on to the next tool, which is PDF crack. So like I said earlier, PDF crack is a tool which is used to brute force or dictionary attack to find the passwords. So a dictionary attack is basically where you use a word list And a word list contains a list of all the possible passwords that can be used to unlock any particular file. So you use that word list to find the password. So we'll be looking into one example. So here you can use PDF crack, tag F, and the file name, and the tag W, and the path to the word list, which is so here it will take some time because this word list, it contains thousands of words. So each word has to be checked with the flag with the challenge file that we have. Okay, so it has found the password, which is secret agent 007. So now when you use this here, ta-da, here's your flag. Okay, let's look at another example. So here again the password is John Cena 01. So this is a 16-page document, and I'm pretty sure most of you don't have the time to go through it. So you can just do Command F. In Mac is Command F, and in Windows you can just do Control F and search for flag. So here is the flag. So now we'll be looking into Audacity, which comes under audio steganography. So Audacity is a web application that you can use. So here you can just open your file, and you can view it in the spectrogram viewer. You can see that there is some text present here. So you can just adjust this here, and so here you can find the flag, which is flag hidden voices revealed. So now let's look into another example. And here you can see flag is here. So that's how you use Audacity. So I hope you guys have understood until now. If you guys have any doubts regarding the tools that I've used until now, or any doubts in general as well, just put it in the live chat. So I think you guys have no doubts. Let's move on. So till now we're done with Audacity, Winwalk, Exif tool, PDF crack, Stexol, and Zibarnish. So now we'll be moving on to JStack, ZStack, and StackHide. So for this, I will be using my Google Cloud Shell. That is because those tools cannot be installed on my Mac, so I'll be using this one. So this terminal in Windows can be gotten through the PowerShell, but all of these commands that I've showed you guys for the tools installation are specific for Linux. So it would be preferable if you guys would do it in Linux and or WSL. Okay, let us start off with JStack first. So like I said earlier, JStack is a tool that is used for hiding data in the LSP of any JPG file. Okay, so here, so you just have to use JStack, reveal. So here you can see the flag. Let's look at another example where you use JStack, reveal, and you can see the flag here. So that's how you use JStack. So now going to ZStack, you can do. So to use ZStack, you have to do ZStack, so here you can find the flag which is hidden in the LSP. Let's look at another example where ZStack, so here you can find the flag which is again hidden in the LSP. So now I think you guys have understood ZStack and JStack. If you guys are having any doubts, do let me know in the live chat. I am assuming that you guys have no doubts. Now we'll be moving on to StackHide. So So in StegHide, we use a password. So we need a password to extract the hidden content from the images that we have, from the challenge file that we have. So to get this password, we use another tool called StegSeek. So what you have to do is StegSeek. So here rocku.txt is the word list that we are using. Okay, give me a minute. So give me a minute, guys. So, okay guys, so first you have to install StegSeek using this command here, which is sudo apt install /stegseek. So after it is installed, you have to do StegSeek, the challenge file's name, which is image1.jpg, and the word list file name. So here you can see that there is a file which is called file.txt, and there is also a passphrase which is found. So we can see that there's a image1.jpg.out. So now when you download this, So you have found the flag. So let's look at another example. Stexseek, challenge file name, and the word list. So here you can see there's another flag1.txt file which is inside this image2.jpg. So when you can download this, so you have found the flag. So are you guys having any doubts in the installation of Stexseek? You guys can put it in the chat. So do you guys have any doubts in general related to InCTF or anything else? Okay, I am assuming that it's no. Okay, so you guys have no doubts. So we'll be wrapping up this session. So thank you guys for attending. So see you guys in CTFs.